Patient-centered care is making patient care worse. And I think I can prove it. We were taught that this one rule is above everything in medical care. Patients first. And that's not wrong, but somewhere along the way, the patients first became doctor never. And if you look at specifically like system designs, no one values our time. No one puts us in the design of workflows. No one involves doctors in planning. 100-hour weeks for residents are okay. Billings that are unupdated for 20 plus years are fine. Our sustainability doesn't matter. This is not anybody's priority. And we internalize it so deeply that we stop even questioning this. It's like questioning patients first is like a heresy. You may just be an outcast if you say it. But nobody says this aloud. Unsustainable doctors don't serve patients better. They exhausted, they burn out, and then they leave. So somehow patient-centered care became a doctor never care, and it can't even be questioned. I run 2 family medicine clinics downtown Windsor, Ontario. I have a roster of about 3,500 to 4,000 patients. I see about 80 to 100 patients per day. I ate lunch today. I left on time today. But it wasn't always like this. It wasn't like this until I realized that I have to build a system for myself around the delegation with a physician in the center. So in this video, what I want to show you is what this patient-centered care is really doing to the outpatient physicians, how to look at it differently, and what's the benefits of looking at it in the new way. The oxygen mask principle. Every flight, there's the same announcement. Put oxygen mask on you first, and then on your children. And medicine violates this every single day. Like, you're exhausted, but you have to see those 2 extra patients. You're on the weekend, but someone calls you and you have to take this because it's your responsibility. You sacrifice your stuff constantly, and if you start questioning, you start feeling guilty or you're shamed by the community. That guilt was kind of like trained in you. But like, zoom out for a second. If the doctor burns out and can't do it anymore, what happens to his patients? What happens to his roster of, say, 1,500 patients? They go to urgent care, they go to walk-in clinics, they go to emergency room, or go nowhere. And they have no one to call. So there is no oxygen mask in medicine. No one hands it to you. No one even thought of designing it. If you are doing things well, if you are still hanging out there, it's because you have rebuilt something for yourself. You have redesigned something. You're okay because not of the environment, but despite it. You're able to grow above the existing rules to stay in there. So now I want you to think for a second and tell me, what's more patient-centered? Is it the selfish doctor who designed things around himself and is able to work till 70 years old, carrying a roster of 3,000 people? Or is it the one who was truly classic, meaning patient-centered and burnt out at the age of 40, and now his 2,000 patients have nowhere to go? You can't help someone if you pass out first. And if doctor at 40 years old quits, he takes all his patients with him. The residency programming. So residency trains you to do everything, to do the scut work, to pick up extra shifts, to work, as I said, 100-hour weeks, without a limit actually. And once we graduate, we keep on doing the same thing. But the difference is that residency is like 3, 4, 5 years, different specialties, but our career is about 40. You can't carry on the same customs, the same habits through the 40 years career. It becomes unsustainable. But yet, no one gives you instructions of how to unlearn this, how to really think of yourself and your well-being, how to create a system that you are feeling comfortable in. I'm not talking about making lots of money or requesting someone to pay me. I'm thinking of being in a position where you feel that you make a difference, where you feel that you're not exhausted with simple tasks. Then the system keeps on reinforcing it. It keeps on making you feel guilty if you think otherwise. Your colleagues do the same. The patients expect it. It's a never-ending self-propelling wheel. So you keep on sacrificing and you call it dedication. And you keep on going until you can't. The EMR Proof. So in Canada, there's this EMR that is being advertised as patient-centered. Like patient around the portals, patient able to access information from different specialists, messages. But if you think about it, who has ever thought of designing a doctor-centered EMR first? I've never heard of it. All the EMRs that I know, I worked in about 10 different EMRs in my career in the US and in Canada. They're all feature-centered. They're all hospital billing-centered. They're all clinic-centered. And now patient-centered. But is there going to be an EMR that actually is designed by a physician, with physician in the middle, with functionality and ease around ourselves, with someone who's going to say, we don't need 17 clicks to refill Tylenol for a patient. It's all created for some other reason and then just handed or like thrown in at us. And no wonder everyone's frustrated. This is your everyday tool. This is what you work with every minute. I don't believe in a patient-centered software while it was never thought to be a doctor-centered software first. The iPhone lesson. Think of the phones from the past era, from 20 years ago. All the multiple buttons or the simplicity of a flip phone, that maybe was working before the internet in your phone, but once the internet started coming into your phone, it wasn't enough. All those menus and buttons just were not matching the need. And there came one guy and showed a phone with which you could feel like you are in the middle. You reach into it. You can tap and swipe and scroll up and zoom and pinch with your fingers, and everything became so reachable. It was the phone designed with the user in the center. It was all arranged and built around the user experience first. Now think about your electronic medical records. How is that designed? Do you have that feeling? And when the iPhone showed up, everyone benefited. That the entire ecosystem improved. There was the carriers and the app creators. Everything changed for better. And the same thing I'm advocating to happen in medicine. Because medicine is still in the BlackBerry era. And I'm waiting for someone to invent an iPhone in medicine, where a physician is a center, not an afterthought. The wrong order. So I think that patient-centered care is like a roof of a building. And that roof has to be built after the foundations are built, the walls are built, there's something to hold it. And we tend to build the roof of patient-centered care without the foundation of having enough stability. The doctor experience being there to serve the lifting of the roof. So if a doctor has to do like 25 clicks for a simple task and see the endless pop-up windows, and see the redundancy of his work, see how the wheel is spinning for seconds before taking a simple action, then this does not serve patients well. Imagine now all this would be at a glance. Imagine all this would be one click, or automation, or really AI integration in the electronic medical records. How much easier would it be for our patients? So patient-centered care built on broken doctor's experience will not work. You have to learn to walk before you run. What sustainable care looks like. Back to my 80+ patients per day practice, I built this with myself in the middle. And I also built a lot of tools to help me run it. I built doctorflow, our patient rooming and efficiency application, in order for me to delegate to my staff without needing to find them. If I want my staff to come back and do paperwork or check vaccines or come to the room and find me as a chaperone when I leave, I just press a button and my nursing team knows and finds me and takes care of things. It removes the tasks from me. It removes the pressure for me to look somebody. It makes me just go and keep on moving. And if I need something, it's just a tap away. I was able to create this doctor-centered experience around myself, and it feels like everything changed. So me making my work doctor-centered made it more patient-centered than the patient-centered ever did. So I have created this video because I don't believe anytime soon there will be update to the medical school curriculums that the best patient-centered care is doctor-centered care. And I think this is the thing that you're gonna have to invent yourself. Invent your own oxygen mask so you can sustain this giving, this service for another 20 or more years. And it's not an optional thing. You either invent your oxygen mask or the whole plane will crash. So this is not selfish to think that you should be in the center. Get it right. Build it for yourself. So if you want to hear about systems, about real numbers, and how to regain control of your own practice, subscribe to my channel and take care of yourself first.